Hey guys, today is September the 30th of 2013, and I want to go over the gold futures. Somebody requested uh, for me to give my thoughts on gold, what I think it's happening, and what's going on, and where we're at. So, know this is an educational video, so please consult a professional financial advisor. I'm just going to give you my opinions, my thoughts, and then you could, put that with your analysis and see if it makes sense or not, and use risk management. So with that being said, let's get into the chart. Okay, so this is what I first kind of start with. I kind of put, simple moving averages, the 20, the 50, and the 100, and the 200 is somewhere around there. And then I put the Ichimoku cloud. This kind of gives me a basis of where we at on the daily. And you can see that we made a low on 628 at 1179, and then shot up, did a first wave, gone down, second wave, gone down. Uh, it could do the final waves as one, two, three, four, and maybe five, and then shoot down. I don't know, but I'm just seeing it. So I'm not a Elliott wave technician. I just kind of look at what I see visual. It might not make sense to the Elliotticians out there, but this is it could be one, two, three, four, five, and then this is one, two, and then we're going down three. See, that's the problem with Elliott waves and all that stuff, is that you could everybody has a different interpretation, so you can see different ways. So I'm just pointing out what I see. But anyway, you're put a high on the 27th, 28th. Interesting, 28 and the low 28. You could have played that game right there and just covered at the 28 and see what would have happened and made some profit, or shorted. You're above the cloud. You're about to get into the cloud. You're having problems with the 50 and with the 20. The cloud is already telling you from October the 29th that it's starting to look ugly. So it's giving you a forecast. And the Chiku never got out of the cloud, so that's why it seemed like it was weak. It was a weak bullish run, and it crashed down. You're below the Cajun, and you're below the Tenkin, and below the 20 and the 50. So it's not looking good. Plus, you're in the cloud. So this area right here is going to be chop zone. It's going to be consolidating. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be very volatile. But you're going to have support right here at that 1306 and this level right here, 1301 or 1301 ish, around there. This is kind of like a 50% Fibonacci level. If you go like this and you do a retracement from here, you can see that. Oops. You can see that this is the 50 right here. So it kind of especially this one. So you kind of have an idea on where this is at. Um, Now I'm going to hide this, and now we're going to do a grid, which I did to this morning, and then let's see geometric wise where is the gold. So it did a first impulse. This is, I call it the daily wave one. So you go here. This is the 4x1, the 3x1, the 2x1, and then the 1x1. This is the most important angle. Interesting to see that from this low to here, you just finished the grid on the 30th. So, and you're finishing the grid and you're not even above the 4x1. So that's a sign of weakness for me already. I will go long if this thing will get above the 1x1 and start trending around here. I would go long and maybe cover or take half once it tests this high. But as long as it cracks this 1x1, this green one, that's pretty much in WD world, the line in the sand. Once you crack the 1x1, which is the 45 angle, you're in bearish, bearish trend or bearish, camp. So I just wanted to show you that. So that's where you at right now. You're right. What is it? A 1324 right here. You're by the 12.5% from this wave. So you kind of fail this high because this is a impulse wave and it's very strong. And now you're below the 1x1. So I just wanted to show you that. So now if you bring everything in, you see, now you kind of get a picture with the Kumo cloud, the moving averages, all the resistance and everything you're at, and then the support. You'll be going by these angles here as support and percentage levels. Um, there's something else I wanted to show you too. This I call it the fib grid. I don't even know if it's showing now. Um, this is from the first impulse. I'm just gonna hide these. The Ichimoku. Let's see. Yeah, let's hide the moving averages so you could kind of have it. Well, let's leave it. So this is a fib grid, and this is just only the 618 and the 382, and this is the first wave from right here. So it's kind of showing you where prices will find support, and you're right now failing that because this is the first impulse wave. We're going to go to the weekly and then pick that one from up there and see what we have there as support. But not looking good, man. It could be chopping here unless you want to do a trend line. Maybe it'll bounce right back up, but I wouldn't play this yet. Especially on today's day, the 30th. This thing could probably go all the way down if you want to go long, and then maybe retest it slow. So these are the levels right here. I don't know if you want to jot that down. Another thing too to keep in mind, this is nothing with astrological. That has a lot to do with trading. Also, looking at where the planetary alignments are at and where they're at, and where you could find resistance and support and timing. This is just pretty much what I see in the charts. Um, so just keep that in mind. Once you start looking at the heavens for kind of like guidance, it'll be much easier to see where this thing is going to turn, is going to pop, timing wise. I'm trying to look for my other gold chart that I created today. Oh, here it is. Okay, weekly. The weekly impulse. Now this is where it kind of looks a little better. If you want to take the first impulse high as the first wave, and this is going to be like, okay, an Elliott wave, 1, 2, and then it's going to do the 3, 4, and then 5. Then you're pretty good because you're above the 1 by 1, and you found support at the 2 by 1. So for 4 by 1, 3 by 1, 2 by 1. You see, I found support there, and you're here. So you might probably bounce all the way to here, or maybe the 50, which is at 1306, or maybe this angle and respect it, which is at 1311 around there ish, and maybe trend higher, or maybe crack it. But this is your key level. Then it can't crack this on the weekly. Once you crack this, you're definitely going to go test this down here. You're gonna probably test it from the bottom and then continue going down and test it here. So I just wanted to show you that. Let's see here. Once you add the Kumo cloud and all that, you see that you're very bearish. You're below the cloud. You're below the Tenkin, the Cajun. I didn't have my. Then you add this grid here. Let's just close this. And let's hide these grid. So that's price and time within there. So you kind of have an idea where you at. And then doing this, actually no, that's not it. That's taking it from the daily. Now you go to the weekly. Okay, so now you see where you at. This is a important level right here, which is at 1336, and it was just chopping around. This would be the next key level to watch if it's going to go all the way down. Will be that 1276, 66, and this is where it's at right now. And this is from the impulse high. So those are my thoughts. If we want to look real quick at the big picture and see what we got there on gold, you see you're failing the 50 here. Failing the 50. Tima says negative. This is kind of sideways, kind of getting momentum to the upside. So maybe divergence, depending. This is choppy going sideways. That's a sell signal. That's very bearish. That's kind of choppy sideways. And this is kind of just choppy too. Greenish. Once this gets a little more green, it'll probably look a little more better. Same here, and you got the new moon coming over here. What day is that? Like the 3rd or 4th of October, so that should be interesting. Team is still negative on the daily. That's kind of giving you a change of trend and divergence going up. That's not looking good. It could give you a snap back down because the 50, and the 20 are very spread out. Um, it's pretty mixed here, man. It's really like wow. Look at this. It's pretty mixed. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, and you're like in mobile band, so you're in chop zone. I think you're about to break out here, but you're definitely in the mobile here, and you're mobile here too. So you're having sell signals from here, Fisher, pushing down low, which is not good, and that's negative. This is kind of doing like some nice little divergence up here, but we'll see. This is pushing lower, um, and the same thing here. So it's like it's really all over the place. Monthly, nothing really positive. You're having a yellow bar here, so I don't know, man. If I was you, I'll kind of just see what happens today, and but I wouldn't get into it. It's really choppy. It's like it's it's on. You're not even up above the one by one on the daily, so I wouldn't go long on this one. So those are my thoughts. Hope this helped, man. And if you need any more tips or ideas, or I'll save these grids on my goal chart. Hope you enjoyed, man, and good trading, man. Hope you make some big ones. Peace.